The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Jaguars offense will go to work first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
The Jaguars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They think there's room to run to the right here. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Jaguars line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He lets it fly. He caught it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside, defense.
And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. And the defense is just about out of room to defend. They are backed up right on the doorstep. Snap it to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They'll try it again from the one on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll immediately call timeout. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Leaves it with the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Not the start the offense wanted to have. They had to punt the first time out. And here on the opening play of their second drive, they're going backwards. If they're going to run the football, these big guys up front, they've got to do a better job.
Give to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important. Get some cushion for the punt team. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Jaguars send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. To throw, it's Baker. Fires left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Second down, he'll throw it. This time on target. Spin move. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. On 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go with a direct snap. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open...
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you got to have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. score that touchdown.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The running back has it. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
It's caught downfield. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
The Jaguars come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They bring the punter onto the field now. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Just going to keep it after the snap. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
To the air, it's Baker. Got a man, it's Hester. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Bringing it back.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming with it.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tackles. He stopped immediately.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
I know it was incomplete, and I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Looking to throw, it's Baker. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He slings it deep to the left.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Here comes the heat. And the defense wraps up the 1st half by taking it to the quarterback and getting a sack. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, thanks. Talk about an entertaining 1st half and always such a fun and vibrant environment there at the New Orleans Bowl. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the New Orleans Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. And the Jaguars will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you have got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, it's nice when you can buy some space coming out of your own end zone with a nice productive run.
Snap the ball thinking about make sure we don't get a safety, and now all of a sudden you've got a drive starter. The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Wilkerson. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Caught near the sticks. It's Wilkerson. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory there down at the 43-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Hester. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Scanning the field, it's Baker. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Listen, as the game goes along, you start to figure out what that defense does. And then offense, I think they got a really good clue that that corner route continues to be open. I'd keep hitting it.
The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
From the gun, looking for a man. Into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Two of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Trying to bowl his way in. And score! Touchdown, Louisiana Tech! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Here's the pressure. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. They'll move the tight end. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, this offense picking up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
And, man, they sneaked the option in there on 3rd and long. And I don't know, was that a misread? Like, do you get the ball to your tailback? Like, it was pretty well defended. They had the quarterback swallowed up. He got some yards, but now you're forced into a 4th down, and this might be a passing situation.
Punt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. They go to the ground. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Louisiana Tech is on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Turning it on! They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive, and that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll start this drive with a pass. That's reeled in. It's Gibbs. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment, defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Got a man. It's Scott. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a...
Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Jaguars want to move quickly. To the air on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up in a great position here. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Dumps it off in the flats. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars! Fires fired in from the red zone for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
You know, a lot of offensive coordinators script the first, 5 to 10 to 15 plays. You don't usually draw that up for inside your own 10. Bad field position to start. This offense needs to come out, get a few positive plays first to get out the shadow of your own end zone.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delayed game. Offense.
That delay of game penalty pushes the offense back even closer to its own end zone. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. The give and tick, 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 tick. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, running back gets the give. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Caught in the backfield. It's Freeman. There he goes. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Back to throw, it's Baker. Got him downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. They have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives, and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Right back to him on the ground. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
And with that, the season...